Now we're going to welcome Professor Mathew Yip, who just accepted the certification there. We're going to welcome him back up onto the stage. He is the founder of Top Mathematics Education, and he'll be giving us a keynote presentation entitled Revolution in Mathematics Education Learning System, Mathematician's Dictionary. Please put your hands together for Professor Mathew Yip. Can you respond? Or hand him? This one. Okay, great.
Okay, testing. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Matthew, and it is my pleasure to be a keynote speaker. Thank you for Education 2.0. Okay, the topic in this keynote session is Revolution in Mathematics Education. And I've posted my profile in LinkedIn. You may find me, Mathew Yip, and welcome to connect with me. Here are my awards I've obtained. Okay, before talking about the revolution in mathematics education, let's introduce the existing problems over years. Okay, for mathematics, there is no public assessment for every grade, and no competition for school math. And internal assessment creates conflicts of interest because most of the teachers push most of his or her students pass by setting an easy assessment, even though their abilities are not enough. Okay, this is my observation. And internal assessment is unfair when we compare students with different schools. For example, a student from a better school has advantages, even though his or her ability is worse than another student from a worse school, which makes unfair. And then for Mathematics Olympic, most are competitions, but not assessments. And they have age restrictions. And some questions are beyond the syllabus. Yeah, this is a main problem. And most other Olympic competitions only require a small number of questions to be answered correctly to receive awards. For example, if there are 20 questions in a competition, a student may only answer 5 questions correct to get an award, which indicates that participants generally do not perform well. It is often due to insufficient preparation time. And most importantly, organizers provide paid preparation courses to make the competition unfair. It is because some parents could afford the course, but some could not. And in mathematics teaching, there is same schedule and syllabus for all students in their own countries or region. Most students cannot follow unified and one-time teaching because most schools do not provide record classes for revision. And teachers only give a small amount of time, or even no time, for students to understand and then explain the questions. Students only have a small amount of time to copy what the teacher has written. They do not have enough time to understand. It is difficult to ask questions immediately during lesson. And they cannot review after the lesson because there's no record class for them to review. Also, talented students are hard and are not motivated to learn faster and deeper. And current mathematics lessons belong to passive learning, which is less effective than active learning. And also, students cannot select their own teachers. And supporting for training of solving hard problems is sufficient because time is limited during the lesson. And last but not least, paid tutoring costs unfair. The same reason, because some parents could afford the fee, but some could not, which makes unfair. Okay, how to solve all the problems I've mentioned? Revolution in mathematics education consists of two main components. The first one is the global mathematics and mathematics Olympic grade assessment test with competition. And the second one is automatic mathematics learning system. Here are our visions. The first one is to integrate textbooks, exercise, and lecture into one, starting from the basics and teaching each math problem step by step. Second is to let people now and in the future learn math anytime, anywhere, according to personal needs and progress. Third, to enable individuals with high mathematical aptitude to learn advanced math and Math Olympic more quickly, to accelerate human progress and benefiting humanity. Okay, fourth, in the future, academic qualification will not be divided, for example, high school level, undergraduate level, or master degrees level. Instead, recruitment standards in the workplace will be based on grades obtained in various subjects and their levels from public assessment directly. Okay, fifth, people with weaker mathematical abilities should spend the same amount of time mastering basic mathematics. Once they reach the level required for their chosen profession or further studies, they can stop, rather than forcing themselves to study math in higher grades. Okay, the sixth one, by utilizing public assessment and automatic learning system, we can reduce the workload of teachers, thereby reducing the future demand for math teachers. This is important. This allows talented individuals who are capable of dedicating themselves to math education to contribute to an ever-expanding reservoir of mathematical knowledge, facilitating the continuous development of mathematical field. Now, I introduce the Global Math and Math Olympic Grade Assessment Test with Competition. Okay, this is our logo. And I hold this slide for a while. Here are the documents in Google Book. You may scan the QR code, download the documents. The left one is about mathematics. The right one is about Mathematics Olympic. Both include introduction and assessment outline. They are free of charge. Okay, let's wait for a while. Okay, let's continue. Yeah. And here are the covers. Yeah, here are the covers for our Google, the assessment in Google Book. The left one is mathematics, and the right one is Mathematics Olympic. And then here are our grading system. Anyone can participate in the assessment, and only the specific ages could participate the competition at the same time. And here are the certifications in mathematics. Assessment contains 3 levels. They are distinction, pass with credit, and pass, which is determined by the scores obtained directly. While competition contains 4 types of awards. They are gold, silver, bronze, and merit, which is determined by the ranking of all participants directly. This is for Math Olympic. The score required is slightly different, which is slightly lower than mathematics, which is reasonable, because Math Olympic is more difficult than mathematics. Okay, here are some notes. I just talked about the main points. We provide both physical and online tests. And transcript and certificate will indicate the mode of the exam the participant taken. For the details, you may refer to the document you have scanned. Okay, here are some potential questions and their answers. Because of limited time, I won't read all of them, but just talk about the key points. If you're interested to understand further, you may read the document. Here are the difference between math and Math Olympic assessments. The key point is math assessment covers the knowledge in schools, while Math Olympic does not. Okay, the next question is, do the assessment and competition have the same test paper? The answer is yes. Participants who participate in assessment and competition at the same time only need to take the test paper once to obtain both certification at the same time. Oh, sorry. Yeah. This is the question I've mentioned. And then the next question is, will the results of assessment and competitions affect each other? The answer is no. For example, an 11-year-old participant can participate in the grade 8 Mathematics Olympic assessment and participate in the competition simultaneously. If he or she scores 78 points in the assessment, he or she will receive a pass with credit in the assessment. And if he ranks in the top 13% of the competition, he or she will receive the silver award in the competition. Another example is if another participant scores 48 points, there is no level on the assessment. But if he or she ranks in the top 45% of the competition, then he or she will receive the merit award in the competition, although he cannot receive any level in the assessment. Another question is it unfair for people of different ages to participate in the same level of assessment? The answer is no. 3 main reasons. The first one is, in assessment, the grading scale has a fixed range of scores, which is unaffected by others. The second reason is candidates over a certain age can only participate in the assessment and cannot participate in the competition at the same time. The third reason is the transcript and certificate indicate the year, allowing for the calculation of the candidate's age at the time of assessment. Okay, another question is, if you are a school teacher or tutor, what is the motivation for my students to take this assessment? Okay, the answer is, when registering, you may fill in the name of the instructor. If the student obtains excellent or good or passing grades, another certificate will be issued to the instructor. And the names of the instructor and the student will be filled in the certificate at the same time. Okay, here are the principles for setting questions. Yeah, there are 3 principles. And the main point is we want to make the assessment and competition to be absolutely fair, but not just relatively fair. Okay, here are some special features of our marking schemes. Okay, you may read the document if you are interested. And the next question is, can I buy the answer sheet and apply for the marking review after the assessment? The answer is yes. If the score changes after the review fee will be refunded. Okay, now I introduce our supporting organizer, which is called Asia International Mathematical Research Association, which is established for more than 20 years. And the members include mathematical research institutions, groups, and individuals in 10 Asian regions. And we have obtained certification from these 3 organizations. They are Chartered Institute of Training and Development. The second one is Pathway Education Institute. And the third one is Hong Kong Learning Activity Promotion Society. Here are the certification letters. Okay, now we need more recognition from different countries and organizations. Please find me after this session if you're interested in recognizing us. Okay, and the following 3 slides are the list of our advisors and the thank you list for those who have freely provided valuable advices. Now we need your valuable advisors. Please find me after this session if you have an interest to be our advisor. Okay, here are the previous assessment we have conducted. And the little guy here in the middle is me. Yeah, I was the examiner for the assessment. And our assessment has been introduced by these magazines, Past Investor, CIO Today, and CIO Times. Now, we are going to organize assessment in different countries. And we need one co-organizer to help organizing in their own countries. Please find me after this session if you're interested in cooperating with us. Okay, now I'm going to introduce the second part, which is the automatic mathematics learning system, Mathematician Dictionary. And here are our ideas. Okay, we would like to break the traditional teaching model. So students understand and try the question by themselves first, and hence absorb the knowledge and skills better than just watching the teaching video directly. And based on the students' learning speed, use a step-by-step method to ensure that they can do it at the current stage before moving on to the next stage. It is because understand does not imply they can do the question by themselves. To avoid being unable to master the question in the later stage due to too rapid exposure, and at the same time increase learning efficiency, and try to avoid wasting time in the stage that has been mastered. Okay, here is our flow. Sorry, can I have have a mic. I need to stand on stage to introduce this flow chart. Okay, I just speak louder.
Okay, that's all right. Because it's being recorded, we need it's okay. The technician's just a minute. Just start talking. Start talking, and they'll activate it. Just talk.
Okay, testing. Okay. The first step is on the top, which is try to finish the question by yourself after learning the knowledge. Okay, this is the first step. And then, after trying the question by yourself, you may click the answer button after you have tried your best to finish the question. And there are two results. If your answer is correct, then you can click next stage. That means you can go to the next stage and try to another questions in the next stage, which should be more difficult or another topic, and then go to the first step again to loop the step. Or if your answer is wrong, you may try by yourself again to see you can read out the correct answer or not. If you can read out the answer by yourself, then you may click next question at this stage to go back to the first step again. That means you try another question at this stage, but not the next stage. Until you can get your answer correct by yourself. And another situation is when you look at the answer and you cannot work out the answer, you may click the solution button, then the detailed solution will be shown. And you may use black pen to take notes for that. And there are two results. The first one, if you completely understand, you may click next question at this stage again. Otherwise, if you are not completely understand, you need to click the teaching button. Then a teaching video will be shown to you, and you may use blue pen to take the important notes for that. And then there are two situations. The first one is after looking at the teaching video, if you understand completely, you may click next question at this stage to loop this stage again. Or if you are not completely understand, you may scan or click the QR code to ask in person. Yeah. And then use black pen to take important notes. You can see the color of pens are different in different stages. Yeah, this is our flow. And because of the time limits, I could not have enough time to have a demonstration. But we are going to provide free trial of our system. Okay? If you're interested, please find me after the session. And here is the connection. I think it is the most important connection between the two. Between the Global Math and Math Olympic are great assessment tests with competition and the automatic mathematics learning system. When someone enrolls our assessment, then the participant will obtain the free preparation system. On the other hand, when someone enrolls our preparation system, we will provide the free assessment for the participant. This arrangement is open and fair to all participants. Okay, here is my LinkedIn. Welcome to Connect. Okay, thank you so much. Any questions? Yeah.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Milagros Baldimore from the Philippines. Most researchers state that mathematics is a difficult subject. That's why mathematics is always student-centered. It's always student-centered. Because if only the teacher is being followed inside the class, the students will not learn a lot. Now, in the Sustainable Development Goals, one of the goals is equality in education. So, teaching diverse students, we have individual differences among the students. So, there is always a way of finding methodologies and strategies in order for the students who are not so good in math to cope up with those that are good in math. Now, in your study, if we will, it's like separating the good ones from the poorer ones, or learning at your own pace, as I understood it. Now, how will you teach mathematics in a classroom where there are a lot of students who are not so good in math?
Does it mean that you want me to explain how can I teach mathematics to different students in different countries? Yeah. In my point of view, I know that methodology in different countries is different in math education. But in our system, we use a step-by-step flow to make different students to be able to fully understand, and they can do the question by themselves before moving on the next stage. I think this is very important. I think the methodology in different countries is unimportant at all. And also, one of our visions is to use our system to replace the school teaching in one day, so that to reduce the demand for math teachers, so that all students can use this system to learn directly. Of course, other math teachers could develop such a system so that students can choose their teacher, their own teachers. Yeah.
So they have to choose their own teachers.
What?
Sorry? Using your system, the students will choose their teachers.
We will provide the teaching videos from different teachers. If any other math teacher are interested to give some contribution to our system. Yeah.
Because in developing countries, we do experimental researches. So you have the traditional method of teaching math, and we have the use of new strategies and methodologies. And then we assess the knowledge gained by the students. So that is for developing countries. And of course, not all teachers are programmers, but maybe we can learn from your program.
Sorry, what is your last sentence? Sorry.
So not all teachers are programmers. So maybe if we can learn from your program, then we can improve the math ability of students. But I am still for teachers guiding students in studying mathematics. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your advices. And any other questions?
Yeah, that was a good presentation. I am from healthcare. I'm a doctor in neuropsychology and neuroscience. And I'm a doctor by profession in neuropsychology and medical neuroscience. I just wish to add here, or just give a message. What happens in our practice, we assess every brain right from children to elderly. We do cognitive assessment, but for the disabled brain, not the normal brain, the brain which is having some neurological disability. And sometimes we get these children with autism or ADHD, whatever, blah, 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 diagnosis. And what we see, that the school, especially for slow learners, usually they see...
Sorry. The school is...
No, the normal school.
I can't listen to the wording. The school is...
normal school, and where all of these subjects are taught, like mathematics or whatever these subjects are taught. And when these children are having slight issue with learning, they show up when they just little grow up, like first standard, second standard, and so on. I'm just talking about India, but what I have seen in my other patients who are staying in UK, US, or other part of the country, they also face the same issue. There is another story for all of these children because they are not accommodated in the education system. The parent and the children have to go through a lot of harassment. That is another issue. But when we talk about mathematics, as Madam said, that mathematics as a healthcare person and into the cognitive area, I would like to just express my points here. To add here for the educators is mathematics is not at all difficult. It has been pressed generations by generations that mathematics is very, very difficult, and if the child cannot do mathematics, the child is dumb. So it is never like that. It is just one of the function of the brain. It is just the numerical thing. And I must say that here, few people might be relaxed to understand this, that this is the easiest thing. Mathematics is the easiest subject, I must say, and that all the educators and principals or teachers in the schools must emphasize on this, that mathematics is the easiest subjects. Why easy? Because 2 plus 2 is going to 4 only. It is never going to be 5. Is 2 plus 2 is 4. And this has been in generations by generations, the mathematics, whatever the formulas are, they are the same generations by generations. So it is just a practice, it's a matter of practice. But it doesn't happen in any other subject. If you take science, it cannot be 2 plus 2, 4. It might be 5, it might be 0 also. And when these people go out, why I stress this and why I am so worried about this, because when I see at the age of 22, 25, IIT students come to us when they cannot face the real-time problems in their life, because just whole life they have been taught 2 plus 2 is 4, but life is not like that. So I urge all of the educators here, teachers here, that they should not pose on it that it is a very, very difficult subject. Rather, they should teach their children, their school children, to how to be a good human being. Because the life is not 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I will find you after the session, we maybe have a connect. Yeah, thank you so much. And any other questions? Wait, if no, I give the stage back. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that informative talk, Mathew.